The most powerful machine in the universe is hidden inside your skull. It's the engine of your thoughts, dreams, and fears, and yet, most of us barely understand how it works. But here's a question for you. What if unlocking just a tiny fraction of your brain's potential could completely transform your life? Stay with me, because in the next 5 minutes, we're taking a visual journey into the human brain. By the end, you'll see not just what your brain is capable of, but why time is running out to make the most of it. Segment 1. Your brain is like a vast city with 86 billion neurons acting as streets, highways, and skyscrapers. The cerebrum, the creative hub, is where ideas are born. The cerebellum works behind the scenes, fine-tuning every movement. And then there's the brainstem, the silent sentinel keeping your heart beating without you even noticing. But here's something wild. Your brain is wired for survival, not success. That's why it clings to old habits and fears change. So, what happens when you try to override this programming? We'll get to that in just a moment. Segment 2. Emotions and fear. The amygdala, your brain's fear center, is your internal alarm system. It's what triggers that fight or flight response when danger strikes. But right next to it sits the prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain that weighs decisions and keeps emotions in check. Here's the twist. These two are constantly at war. Ever made a decision you regretted because you acted out of fear? That was the amygdala overriding logic. The good news? You can train your brain to respond instead of react, but more on that in a second. Here's a question. If your brain is so powerful, why does it sometimes feel like your emotions are running the show? Spoiler alert, it's not your fault, but you can change it. Segment 3. The power of adaptability. Here's where the brain truly shines. Its ability to adapt. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, means you're not stuck with the same habits, fears, or limitations forever. Every time you learn something new, every time you push through discomfort, your brain is creating new pathways. But here's the urgency. This ability isn't infinite. As you age, it becomes harder to create these changes. If you've ever thought, I'll start tomorrow, remember this. Your brain doesn't wait. The time to act is now. Which brings us to the next question. How can you make the most of this adaptability to compound your efforts into massive growth? Stick around. The human brain is a masterpiece, a 3-pound universe capable of infinite possibilities. But here's the truth. Its potential means nothing without action. Every choice you make, every habit you build, compounds over time into the person you're becoming. Now that you've seen how adaptable and powerful your brain is, let's take it one step further. If you want to learn how the principle of compounding can change not just your mind, but your life, click on the next video. Trust me, it's a game changer you don't want to miss.